So I got a nice little rack of spare ribs. I got 3, and these are lesser by pound than your baby back ribs and then your St. Louis style, because they're cutting it for you. So if you wanted to make a St. Louis style rib, you'll cut off this sternum here, square it up, right? And then you'll square it up, and then you have a nice rack of St. Louis style ribs, and then you can cook the rib tips and whatever else. Now I'm gonna keep this as a whole spare rib, and I'm going to remove the sternum. So I'm gonna come through right here, and I'm going to cut around this sternum bone right here, and just make sure you got a sharp knife, and then you can get right through it, hey, just like that. And I'm trying to cut because I'm cutting at an awkward angle just because of the camera. Come through like that, and then you got that sternum bone off. You can cook this inside of the smoke chamber while you're cooking your ribs. Hey, get your nice little snack as the, you know what I'm saying, the chef be one of the chef choices. And then this little flap right here, I'm just gonna come right there, and I'm gonna remove that flap. Now come back on that back side. Now you got this flap of meat right here. Now we just come through and take this off. And then we just want to get like an even cooking surface, right? And then I'm just gonna come under here, and I'm gonna take off this membrane. You can leave it on if you like. Some people leave it on. I have cooked ribs where I have left that membrane on. You just get underneath like that. Just take your index finger and then go from end to end, pull up on it like so. If you need to grab a paper towel, you can definitely do so. But to be honest with you, you really don't need it. You just got to get a good handle on it. And then once you got a good handle on it, wrap it around your finger a couple of times, and then you just pull up on it, and you good to go. Now, the last thing I like to do is on the back end of every spare rib. Hey, you got like this little pocket of fat, and then I just come back through, and then I take off, you know, enough of this fat so it'll render down. It's almost like baby back ribs. If you look on the side of a baby back rib, it'll have like a little pocket of fat. You want to take that off. Again, it won't render down for you during the cooking process, and you want to get as much as you can without taking off, you know, your meat. Now, what I am going to season it with is my baptizing BBQ seasoning. Hey, this rub right here, hey, it's a nice little sweet rub that'll get you in the game, fam. If you have not gotten it yet, go on to my website, cookingwithmanualfocus.com, and you can put in get in the game for 35% off. Here we go. Pat that on. Hey, we'll sit this to the side, let it chill out, let it sweat a little bit, and you in the game, fam. These ribs are gonna be looking good, fam. They're gonna taste good, and I'm gonna show you how to cook these up. All right, so we got our smoker up the temp, and like I said, man, no binder needed. You let these ribs and those seasonings here sit out, and you'll have these red Ferraris like this right here. Now we're gonna get this top open, and we're gonna place these ribs on the smoker. 275 degrees, fam. That's what we're rolling with. And look at those ribs right there. Don't they look amazing? They ain't even cooked yet, and these bad boys are looking oh so good. We're gonna come back probably about an hour and 30 minutes, and then start mopping these. Hey, now we're gonna make us an absolutely delicious mop sauce. Now, once I got my garlic pressed down, I'm gonna come in with some beef tallow, and I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of beef tallow. So what I'm gonna let this do, I'm gonna let this beef tallow melt, and then I want to release some of this garlic flavor before I start adding in the rest of my ingredients. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my apple cider vinegar now. and you'll see that beef tallow start to solidify again because it's cold apple cider vinegar, but it'll melt once again. Got a couple tablespoons of brown sugar, and then I'm gonna go in with a couple tablespoons of my baptized in barbecue seasoning, and then I'm gonna hit it with some red pepper flakes, so about a tablespoon or so. This is gonna be delicious, fam. I'm gonna let this heat up because you don't want to have a cold sauce going on hot ribs, and then that'll slow down your cook process. All right, fam, you can see these ribs. Hey, they look dried in the Sahara Desert right now, but we do got that mop sauce, and we want to get this mop doused. Like I said, you want to have heated up mop sauce, so when you go on these ribs, hey, it's not slowing down your cooking process. So we'll keep these ribs moist, come out here every 30 minutes, and we'll mop these ribs, fam, and they gonna start looking gorgeous. This mop sauce is gonna provide a bunch of flavor, and then in the end process, man, you will see a nice caramel or nice mahogany coat on these ribs, and you're gonna be like, man, I wish I would have started mopping my ribs beforehand. And I know some people may be, you know, particular about how their ribs look, and you just got, you know, just a little bit of blood that's coming through, seeping through, so that's why you see that. Now some people be a little overcritical, especially if you're in the competition or something like that, and you can just come back and repair that rib like that. Hey, come back, hit it with a little bit of that sauce like so. Hey, let it sit, let it do its thing. Yes sir, you in the game. Now it's been a little bit over 30 minutes, so just about every 30 minutes you want to come out here and get this mop sauce on these ribs, keep it moist. Hey, that's how we looking. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna flip these ribs over and then start mopping that backside. And you probably say, man, every 30 minutes, that's a lot. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, you know, you're on this offset smoker, so just about every 30 minutes you're gonna be checking your wood, right? So come out here, check your wood, re-up, and then you come out here and you mop these ribs, fam. All right, fam, we've been going for about 5 hours. Now what we want to do is we want to get a tenderness check, and I know a lot of people, they get stuck on temperatures, but it's all about tenderness. So hey, go into the side, and if it's coming in and out like butter like that, hey, you know your ribs are nice and tender. So just a rule of thumb, every single barbecue that you're gonna do is gonna run differently. That's just like a car. When you get in a different car, hey, it's gonna drive different. So every cook ain't gonna be the same. So that's why temperature really don't matter that much. It's all about tenderness. So cook to tenderness. And then you see here, when I get to pick this up and it's almost falling apart, but it's still holding its weight. Hey, we are in the game. Hey, when you look at this slab of ribs right here, when they're done, you got that deep mahogany color right there. You don't need any sauce, fam. Now this is hot. I'm gonna sit this back down, and we're gonna get these ribs out, cut them up, slice them up, give them a taste test. Hey, we're in the game. Hey fam, there you have it. You got your absolutely delicious barbecue ribs, hey, done right with that mop sauce. Hey, you don't need any sauce at all. If you want some, hey, put it to the side. But I'm telling you, these will get you in the game. And check out this, man. I'm not gonna squeeze it, but you see it. Hey, it's nice and juicy. And you already know it's gonna be tender too. So let me get my taste test, fam. Hey, we're in the game. Look at that right there. Yes, sir. Clean bite. Hey, you already know it's cooked right. Juicy. Hey, it's tender. We in the game.
And that's why I love those spare ribs, man. You cut that rib off, and then you get the rib and then the rib tip. Hey, that's good eating too.